today.
Did he make the early train?
Just. If I'd known it was so cold, I wouldn't have volunteered to take him.
Well, it's given me a chance to go through this before I went in. Thanks.
Are you confident?
I think so. I think I've identified the enemy, at least at my level.
Nigel Bannister?
Nigel, yes. I've a good idea of the tack he'll take at the management meeting.
Surely he's as interested as anyone in keeping costs down.
Oh, yes, as long as he's seen to be doing so. But not when something like this makes other aspects of the operation look too costly. Well, we just have to wait and see.
Will you be late?
Possibly, yes. Will you?
No. I'm having lunch with Mrs. Lyons today.
Oh, the old dear with the grandfather clock.
She's very nice. And I think she'll be glad of the company. She's moved to a new neighbourhood.
Well, enjoy yourself. Pity we can't have lunch together ourselves.
Been a long time.
So there's the rest of the week. I might have cause for celebration before too long. Bye.
Bye. Oops, sorry, I blocked you in.
Good morning.
Edna?
Another good reason for having a garage in this weather. You applied yet?
Planning commission, yes.
Can't wait for mine to be built. You've seen that?
Had a knock?
No, it was done the other evening, just about the time I refused to pay up to some so-called carol singers.
Oh, they're damn cheap. Heather's car's been scraped. Deliberately.
Oh, how awful.
Telling Paul, you ought to think seriously about getting a garage.
This morning I'd rather talk about central heating. If you'll excuse me, Heather, I really must dash. I want to make a phone call before my friend leaves. Bye. Bye, darling.
Bye.
Perhaps you could come in with me.
Sorry?
I mean, with the firm who are building my garage.
For the moment, I thought you were offering me a lift.
No, it makes sense. If we order together, then we can save on delivery and erection costs. I could phone the firm today.
Well, I'd sooner not. Not just yet. Still to hear from the planning department.
Oh, that's just a formality. Can both save on a double order. Look. That's the firm. I think they seem pretty good. And it does increase the value of property, Paul. Next time I try and sell that place, I mean to get the asking price.
Well, perhaps you're right. But I'll think about it.
Well, could you let me know this evening before my order gets lost in the system?
I will.
Thanks.
Well, after you, ladies before gentlemen.
You do a cracking breakfast, Edna. And the pleasure of having it done for you. Of course, over these past few years, all the cooking's been down to me, you know. Well, this won't get the baby washed or the wallpaper bought, will it?
Where are we going?
Oh, that new do-it-yourself supermarket in Egberth. Can you manage?
Yes, I'll be fine.
It says 3 buses, you know.
Oh, it'll be nice to get out.
Tell you what, we'll have a little bet on the way, eh? I fancy that one and the 2:15 stagecoach.
I picked that as well.
Oh, like mine, eh? Tell you the truth, pal of mine told me to watch out for that, you know.
Inside information?
Oh, I'm saying nothing, but it's a good one. If Grace's money was through, the insurance, I'd risk a few bob on it.
Would you?
Oh, no danger.
That's it then. I'll put 30 to win.
30 quid? This wallpaper and paint and stuff will cost £12 to £15.
I've got my account through.
With the bookies? Oh, smashing. No missing the winners now, eh, Edna? Have you used it yet?
No.
Paul.
Oh, Richard. You're off the beaten track, aren't you?
I am. Playing leg man on this Crosby business.
Oh, that.
Do you know Fredericks never checked properly? He never even took up Crosby's references.
Fredericks?
Such a lunatic of a personnel manager before Ken Watson.
Well, I never met him.
Oh, you're lucky. The man should have been sacked years ago. I've been checking through the files you have down there. Not a sausage. Crosby provided 3 referees. There isn't even a note of a phone call anywhere. Of course, that could be something to do with Ken Watson's new broom tactics.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, Crosby's on notice.
Well, it's never that simple, Paul.
The man wasn't up to his job. I've no need of an installation engineer who can't do more than the basics. The plant engineer's behind me.
Yes, but, well, Crosby seems to have had some personal problems. The union's not going to let it pass by that easily, and Crosby's certainly been talking to them.
Well, that's as may be. But I had the strongest possible complaint from his colleagues. Crosby doesn't do another hand's turn on this plant. Not while I'm plant manager.
So, Ken Watson's not the only new recruit who likes to push his way. I mean this late agenda item for the management meeting.
New recruit I may be, but not without experience, Richard.
Hello? Is Billy Harper there? All right, Mr. Harper. He's not in. Well, he told me to ring this morning. What, not till this afternoon? Well, could you tell him? Hello? Hello?
It is odd that the year before last, management consultants could find no fault with our maintenance setup.
Well, I'm unaware of their criteria. What I am aware of is this. 20 man-hours and nearly £150 on one breakdown, and we have hundreds every year. It's ridiculous.
It's an internal charge, Paul. Parent company on subsidiary.
Yes, and the subsidiary has to pay. My subsidiary. I know your objections, Nigel. I knew them before this matter came on today's agenda. Perhaps I see the balance sheet from another point of view.
Meaning what?
I don't see why this subsidiary should become some sort of sin eater for the parent company. As long as it looks good on paper, forget the waste of resources.
I think we're getting away from the point.
This is the point.
Yes, yes, but I have personal experience of bringing in private contractors. Obviously...
They'll want access to the stores, you'll have no control over pilfering. Perhaps you'd like to look at the balance sheet that way, Paul.
Obviously, industrial relations are my principal concern. The last time I witnessed the introduction of an outside firm, it led to a 10-week strike. My former company lost over $4 million. $4 million in lost production for a saving of, what, $100,000 a year. Well, I'm sure that none of us would want to witness that sort of consequence.
This operation's far smaller than your former company, Richard. I'm not suggesting sackings. Natural wastage, plus the use of an outside company. That's the way I see as bringing maintenance costs down to a sensible level.
But the men won't see it that way.
Well, surely they can see the sense in running a viable company.
Will they? You tell us you've taken informal soundings on costing with some of these outside firms. I've done the same with the chief engineer. I dare not approach the unions. They'd see it as the thin end of some management wedge. In their terms, jobs on the line.
Well, I'll be damned if I'm going to run scared of the unions.
It's not a question of that. It's a question of making a sensible management decision, bearing in mind all the factors we've been discussing this morning.
Here.
I'm sure we would all agree on that, wouldn't we? The way I see it is that we do not want to precipitate or provoke in any way the workforce out there. I don't think one of us would want to be suspected cases of McGregor fever.
I've been hanging around for hours. Can't you tell me if I've got the job or not? What? Another 2 hours? Is that definite? Yeah, all right.
With respect, Chairman, I think we've exhausted this business, and I've got 2 further matters I'd like to raise.
Yes, Paul's impressed us with his detailed figures, but he still hasn't told us how he plans to get his proposals past the union.
He won't.
Thank you, Richard. It's quite simple. We tie it in with the next pay award.
That's already in motion.
That's right, we have a meeting at the end of the month.
And we're offering 4.5%?
Well, that's not settled yet. We've got to look at that again. There may be room for a little more.
Well, they've asked for 12%, haven't they?
Totally unreasonable.
I didn't expect them to ask for less.
But they'll accept 5.5%.
With a little reluctance.
Then I suggest we put it to the regional board tomorrow that we go to 6%.
6%.
I leave the exact figures to others. But I suggest we run the pay offer with the extra 0.5%, with a clause making it conditional that maintenance accept the appointment of an outside firm.
But that will eat up your savings on your maintenance costs.
My principal concern, as I've told you all, is efficiency. I've increased outside customers by 200%. With the extra efficiency, I can keep on increasing outside sales.
Well, yes, I'll go along with that. It's open to whether the unions will, of course, but I think it's worth a try. Presumably we'd go out to tender.
There's no shortage of likely firms within a 20-mile radius. Oh, can I put that forward as a proposal for tomorrow?
I'd support that.
Very well, Paul.
Harold,
Calm down, Edna, calm down.
calm down with a 4-1 winner in a photo finish.
Look, let's have a cup of tea, then ring up.
I want to know now.
Oh, it'll be all right. That teasing link came in a bit too late by the sound of it. Now, don't worry.
Hello. This is Mrs. Cross speaking. Yes, account number 21972. Yes, that's right. Can you tell me what won? Tea Sin Ling.
I'll get that tea hot and strong.
Can you tell me how my account stands? Down 160.
That's defo. Oh, sound, Mr. Harper. Yeah. Without overvies even. Oh, great, thanks, Mr. Harper. Yeah. Wednesday I can start. Thanks a lot, Mr. Harper. Yeah, well, I'll pick up the van then. Yeah, I'll call round. Okay. Right. Thanks again, Mr. Harper. Bye, Mr. Harper. 3 bags flaming full, Mr. Harper.
Hello, Paul.
Sorry to bother you, but I promised I'd let you know.
Oh, about the garage.
Yes, I've decided to take your advice. 1 brochure and a cheque for the deposit. I'll leave you to order, shall I?
That's great. You'll see the sense of it.
I certainly will. Now, let me know when you need more.
Will you have a drink?
Oh, no, not for me, thanks. Now I'm back in the swing, something I'm trying to cut out. I know the temptations of old in my line of work. Oh, Aaron, I thought you might like to join us for dinner, but smells good. Lasagna?
Moussaka. Tell Anna thanks very much, but I've got company tonight.
Oh, all right.
Are you sure you won't have a drink?
Oh.
Excuse me.
Hi.
Hello.
How's my favourite accountant?
You've met Paul, my next-door neighbour. This is Dr. Stuart Griffiths.
Pat Hancock's party.
Yes, that.
Yes, your wife was the one.
Yes, Annabelle.
Well, I think I'd better be going.
You sure you won't stay and have a drink?
Good idea.
No, not for me. I'll go while the going's good.
That's what I said when I left the hospital. I haven't picked up any wine, sorry.
Oh, don't worry, I've got plenty. Thanks for letting me know about the garage.
I'll let you know when my planning permission comes through.
Great. Bye-bye, Paul.
Bye.
What a day. I'm shattered. I can't believe I'm actually here.
Well, I hope you like moussaka.
All I ever eat is canteen beans on toast.
Oh.
Well, 1 garage ordered.
Well, I hope it's all right. Not like the Cross's fence.
If it is, I'll write to Robin Tate's ratepayers.
Is she coming over?
No. She's got far more interesting company.
Really?
That young doctor. I met him at next door's Halloween party.
Don't think I remember him. Anyway, glad to see that she's... Well, she's been a bit depressed lately. Long time since her marriage. Well, I just hope that she can find...
Yes, I know what you mean. She deserves a little happiness.
Right, ready to eat then?
Oh, I thought I'd have a drink. Did you want one?
Go on. How many hours a week do you work?
Well, I don't keep a count. 50, 60.
Sounds like a holiday to me. When it reaches 80, then you'll know what pressure is.
I know already, Stuart.
You've just finished your turn. 12 hours, and your bleeper goes in the car park. You've got a teenager with a stomach full of downers, a factory worker with an arm in ribbons, and it seems there's been a brawl in every pub in the city. You've got to turn round and walk back in for another dose of it. That's pressure.
Mine's different, but I suppose it's as bad. I mean, I have to break appointments. Our clients are big. I may have planned a weekend off and then suddenly find myself going to, well, in the last 6 months I've been to Carlisle, Sheffield, Guernsey.
Jet set.
It doesn't sound much, but when the pressure's on, 8 hours going through the balance sheets and all the rest of it, and then the rest of the time spent socialising and being very polite to the clients.
All that eating and socialising. Must be hell.
It can be.
Sounds like a holiday too to me.
Well, my next big one won't be. It's in Birmingham.
When?
In a few weeks' time. Got 2 days briefing in Manchester next week.
But you enjoy it?
Oh, yes.
No regrets of joining the big time?
You think I'm silly?
Silly?
Health grounds. Since I started to work at H&D, I've put on pounds. It's not that I don't think about exercise. I do. It's just after a hard day's work, I'm just too tired.
Well, I know all about that. Dedicated to health, that's me and my colleagues. But we're probably the unhealthiest lot in Liverpool.
Well, I had to buy 2 new dresses today. Had to. My others wouldn't fit me. But you missed the spectacle. That's your fault for being too early.
You look fine to me as you are.
I'm not fit. Excuse me. Hello? Yes, could you just hold on a moment? It's for you.
Oh. Hello? Brian? What's wrong? Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, okay, I'll get down. Yeah, see you. I've got to go back. Blood and guts on the East Lancs Road.
But you can't. You're too tired. I saw it the minute you walked in.
Like I said, that's pressure.
And what use are you going to be to anyone? You're worn out.
It's the job, just the job.
Did you make this?
No, Mrs. Lyons.
Oh. Lyons cakes, eh?
Sorry? Oh, very funny.
Was her father called Joe?
Really, Paul, you shouldn't make fun of her.
How's the new house? Is it on a corner?
Really, Paul. She's a lovely person. Very wise, too. Well, she made me think.
Think?
Yes, a quote from Shakespeare, to the effect that I know what I am, but not what I'm going to do.
I thought you'd decided. You seem well hitched to Sonia. You've been so happy.
Have I?
Yes, to me.
It seems such a vulture's trade, Paul. Well, I know it's not, but I don't know, I feel like a dilettante. No purpose, no reason. I think I've offered Sonia all I have to offer her, if I ever had anything to offer. Well, you've got your career, and I feel like I did months ago.
It's just luck, Heather. Fate and all that. I wouldn't normally walk out on an evening like this. Not that I ever get them. It was good. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I understand.
I'm off then. If it's not too late, I'll ring, okay?
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello? Yeah, just hang on a moment, please. Stuart, it's for you. It's Brian, is it?
Brian? Hello, Brian, what's wrong? Yeah, I was just going. No need, then. Cheers, mate. Cheers. Bye. I'm reprieved. They can manage.
Would you like some pudding? It's only fruit tart.
With cream?
Yes.
Well, if you don't mind, I'll watch my weight too.
Yeah, I'll pass on the fruit tart as well.
I'll wash up. The exercise will do me good.
No, you won't. I'll do it.
The meal was lovely. I should help.
You just sit down there and talk to me while I do it.
It's a deal.
There's always voluntary work.
That's what I might have done. Or carried on doing on the Wirral. But not now, Paul.
I can't see why you want to work. You could always spend a few days with Sonia. I thought you enjoyed these sales and house clearances.
I do, but...
You should do more entertaining.
Entertaining.
Yeah, that's what you want. What you need. I mean, I'm meeting new people all the time, every day. We could do more.
But it's more than that. Entertaining is fine, but it's not the answer.
You seem to do nothing else in the last house.
But it's not enough. I've got to have...
Yes?
something else.
And I ought to eat better, you know. Fall into that sort of trap, living on junk food just to save on time and trouble. I want to be back in my size 10s, but I don't want to just be back in my old figure, you know. I want to be healthy too. We can do it together, Stuart. What do you think? Stuart, start a campaign of healthy living. Stuart?